in U.S. elections is cratering ahead of the 2026 midterms. People assume there's foreign meddling. They fear that. And the Fulton County probe is finally starting to see some light of the day. So the trust is plunging across party lines. Polling is showing this. It's amid foreign interference claims. There's a new UC San Diego survey of about 11,400 eligible voters, and it finds that the confidence to the 2026 midterms is dropping 60% down from 77% right after the 2024 election. It's 17% more down among Republicans, 13% more among Democrats, and 16% among independents. Before Trump got elected, there were claims from Democrats this election was stolen, especially with Bush. And with Biden losing, some Democrats truly believe Biden got 85 million votes. They're like, what happened to those 12 million votes? And the take was, yeah, let's investigate because I don't think they existed. So trust is completely down. Roughly 51% of Democrats, 48% of independents say they don't trust the congressional maps to reflect the voters' will. That's actually pretty good for our side, but both sides do it. There's fear of ICE being at polling places, and that's across racial groups. So minorities have started to buy into the fear of ICE. 31% of Asian American and Latino respondents, 21% of Black respondents, and 8% of white respondents say they worry that going to the polls could put them at risk, which is nonsense. But the worry's there. So it's something that the Republican Party has to deal with. Redistricting, that's a massive problem. But we got the SAVE Act. So my first question to you guys, based off everything I've just brought up, is how does the GOP counter the ICE narrative? And can they message that if the SAVE Act passes? What I'm trying to say is, can they use the SAVE Act? You don't have to worry about a lot of this stuff if we can get the SAVE Act passed. We already need real ID or similar IDs for literally everything. So to me, it seems like it's a messaging issue with the SAVE Act that Republicans just can't seem to get on the same page and get a coherent message out there.
So saw this meme, I think it was on Facebook, and it said, "Don't let Trump steal the next election. Pass voter ID now." I'm sure there are a lot of Democrats who are scrolling and stop and go, "Oh, Trump's going to steal this election." Some of them will in their TDS when their meter is really high. They'll say, okay, we need to pass voter ID. Well, the latest poll showed Harry Enton on CNN said that, what is it, 70 to 80% of Democrats agree with passing voter ID. So that's nationwide. So that's how you counter the narrative is one, you make jokes like that. But I think just the whole idea that 70 to 80% of Democrats already agree with this, it shows that we're winning that narrative. Two, like I brought up in previous episodes, 2000 with Gore, 2004 with Kerry, and then the Democrats went silent, and then 2016 with Hillary, and then 2024 with Kamala. They said that they all lost because of some kind of voter fraud. So maybe you guys wouldn't lose so many elections if we passed voter ID. Right? So let's do that. Maybe that's the way you say it. Now, you mentioned 2020. So you have the Gore, he got this many votes. Kerry got a little more. Obama got a little more. I think right after that, Obama got a little less in 2012. And then Hillary, and then Biden got way more in 2020. Then you go right back down to 2024 with Kamala, which is more than Hillary. You go, well, one of these things don't belong. So that's the narrative between Republicans and Democrats. Republicans are saying 2020, there was something fishy going on there. How do you manufacture or get 12 million more votes? But 2024, all those people disappeared. So there's the narrative, like something doesn't smell right. And let's just make sure that citizens are the only ones that can vote.
Michael, maybe it was that great Biden alliance with Robert Byrd, KKK Grand Poobah wizard, that got him those 12 million votes. Of course, I'm being sarcastic there. What are your thoughts on the messaging here? You're a politician. You've had a campaign.
Well, on one hand, you can't blame people for questioning the integrity of the elections when, during COVID, California and some other states decided, well, we're just going to send out mail-in ballots to everyone. There was a day when you had to justify an absentee ballot. I'm going to be out of the country or something. You couldn't just get it. And imagine where all those ballots end up. So it's not too surprising, I guess, that people have questioned the integrity when you do that. We need IDs for almost to do everything in this country now. To walk into the Super Bowl, walk into a game, go into the bar, and to think that you can't require an ID just to prove that you are a citizen and are registered to vote. And the most important thing that most of us citizens do in their civic duty is vote. It's just crazy. I don't understand. But I think, G, you're right. This is an 80-20 issue. There's a lot in our country that's a 52-48 and a 50-50 issue. This is one that many people, 80% or more, think that we ought to require.
There's further information. They got the Dominion guy under oath, the Dominion executive named Eric Krumer, and he admitted January 27th and 26th that voting equipment, education software, and source code were shared with foreign nationals, including Serbians, so they could remotely troubleshoot it in Denver. 2020, no, that's impossible. There is no way they can have access. So I'm not saying they had access to change votes during the election, but the fact that you had outside forces or somebody from down the road who could hack into it, not to mention on Patrick Bet-David, a very popular podcast, they had a Finnish tech come on there live on his show within seconds, hack into one of these. The reason people are nervous is this type of information is coming out. Fulton County down in Georgia, tally sheets used for audits, they didn't match the ballot image totals. They double counted ballots. When Democrats talk about it was only a few hundred votes here, it was only a X amount of votes here. Well, Trump on a national level lost by a few thousand votes in some of these places. So every vote does matter. Hey, everybody, this is William Del Pilar, founder of Grumblings Media, and I want to say thank you for watching our content. If you want to support our all-volunteer efforts at Grumblings Media, smash the subscribe button right here. 100% free, and please consume and share our great content. Click either one of these two boxes for more of our work.